Hey folks, Rob back with another Rob Plays, and I've got to admit, I've been long overdue for a bit of VIC-20 love on the channel. It's a machine I've really grown to love since I got mine last year, and one of the things that's really impressed me is just the fact that the VIC-20 community has been working on a lot of really rad takes on arcade games that were from that era, but never got official ports. And so what I want to do in this video is just fire up the VIC, play a couple of them, and let's see what they're like. First one I've got up now is Berserk Mmx. This is written by Robert. This is written by Robert Hurst, and came out in 2010. Hence the name. There are two versions of the game: an 8K one and a 16K one. I've got the 16K one right here. Tell me to turn the volume up, which I do believe I've done. And this is 2010 release. Let's start. The title is a bit off, but it's a really good version of Berserk. Berserk, what is it, 1980 in its arcade release, and so really, in a way, the VIC-20 was kind of that era. And you know the deal. It's Berserk. Run through rooms, blast robots, avoid evil auto, don't touch the walls, all of that jazz. One of the things I really like, especially with this 16K version, is that there is the speech. It's not Berserk without the speech. It was one of the things I loved with the unofficial conversion Redux, which was done on the C64, that all the speech was in there. So it's Berserk. The graphics feel quite appropriate for what you expect from the arcade machine. They're pretty much up there. They're, you know, not too chunky. That's really smooth software sprites. If I had a complaint, I think the difficulty, I don't know if it's a case of this being based on a harder arcade difficulty preset, but evil auto there is kind of fast. Now, if you were to jump back and look at, say, Berserk Redux on the 64, it doesn't feel as fast as that. And there is some inconsistent speed, which... Oh! I swear that robot was... Let's have another go. It's actually a really good version. I think the slowdown is probably the only real complaint I have. The fact that it plays so good. It doesn't have all the speech, obviously, all the clips that the arcade machine threw about. But it's a great little conversion for what the VIC can do. I find it amazing. Controls are great. It's, you know, standard joystick controls, and they're tight and responsive as you'd expect. Graphics are, of course, nice and clear. Like I said, my only real complaint is I think Evil Auto is just a bit too fast, and that's pretty minor in the scale of things, because I'm sure that there'll be an arcade machine with a setting that has Evil Auto at that speed. Oh, yes, take that. Alright, gotta run. Darn it, Evil Auto. Come on. Yes, got the robot and the bonus points. So you can sort of see there was a little bit of slowdown just then. I mean, it's not enough to ruin the game, but it's something you just got to be mindful of. Although, one thing I noticed is the robots don't do... come on, not Evil Auto. Made it just in time. You get used to it, and it's... Like I said, this is a really good conversion. Berserk, of course, is a great tense arcade game, and this absolutely does it justice. Oh no! Oh, that is the worst, being trapped in the room right when Auto appears. Right at the entrance, I should say. No! Oh, Evil Otto. So if you want to check this out for yourself, I'm going to have a link in the description to the 3 games I do cover in this episode. Not enough time to go for those robots. So I'll have a link in the description. You can check them out, whether you want to run them on Vice or run on hardware. The standard version of this without the speech runs in 8K. This fully enhanced version does require 16K, so just be mindful of that. But 16K for the speech, yeah. And besides, this day and age where we've got devices like the penultimate cut pretty readily available, it's actually not too tricky to get a hold of. So that is Berserk Redux. Here we are on with the second game of the 3 we're looking at. This is Tank Battalion, an adaptation of Namco's 1980 arcade game. It's written by you guys by Beam Rider on the Denial forums, AF. And this, of course, is a game that dates from around the VIC-20s time period. So this one's probably not really talked about a lot by arcade peeps. So basic idea is to not die. Realistically, your base is that gold bird eagle insignia at the bottom, and your objective is to take out all the invading enemy tanks. So they'll blast through the walls, and you've got to just get the number of them. You can see in the bottom right it says there's an 18. That's how many you've got to destroy. And you can see right now they're causing trouble because they're lining up with that base. Really, see the fact the original arcade games sort of moved like this in character chunks really makes a VIC conversion a sensible prospect. Oh no, that tank has already shot part of the wall. That's not good. The playfield definitely feels a bit smaller here. I lost another life. It definitely feels tougher than what I've played. Particularly the MSX version. Namco released a conversion for that fairly early on in the life of the system, so it's a fairly early MSX1 game, and that's actually a pretty nice conversion. This feels a fair bit tougher than that. Not that saying it's a bad game. It's a tough challenge. The controls feel tight. They feel tight. They feel responsive. They feel pretty much what you want for a game like this. Like when you turn around, you know you're turning on time. You're not, because you've got to do very rapid fire moves like that. Blast the walls to make sure you can get a tank. Although your firing reload is a little slow, but I think that's also an original game deal. No, game. Oh. I've got to be careful now because that tank blew its way all the way into my base there. This is where this game gets kind of tense because you've now got to sit there and try and clean up stuff. What's this tank gonna do? Don't you shoot down there? Nice. 7 left. Okay, we're doing a fair bit better this time. Oh! But your reload time is so slow, and I think that's part of the original design. So that's not the fault of this conversion. So you've got to be careful. So it's like, you want to be all sneaky when you blast these tanks. Blast them from the side. Rather than blasting them head on, because 4, 3... Oh, we're going to do this stage. Are we actually going to do it? We're actually not going to die. 3, 2... No. Oh, last one. We almost got it. I didn't think that was going to happen. There we go. First stage cleared. And on to round 2. Again, I think this is a very solid conversion. It's probably a little let down by the slower resolution than expected of the VIC screen. It's not the end of the world. Other than that, it's a very tight conversion. And and one that, again, is worth checking out, especially if you're not all that familiar with this. Oh! Good job, me. I just damaged the wall to my own base. 13. 13, have you got it? 13. 12. 11. Once you get a groove in there, now you still know what you're doing. No, no, no! Oh, I could have seen that coming a mile away. Okay. Again, like I said, you really want to try and attack them from the sides where you can, because your slow reloading speed is enough to be a serious detriment in cases. Four, 3, 2. Come on, tanky. There, tanky. Ah, stage 2 done. Doing better now, so go me. Oh, wow. On a weird tangent, this game obviously was the inspiration for a game I knew it was Phantom Tank on the Atari 2600, but it's so remote, that game is so a bootleg of this. I can't remember what the official name for it is, but and just especially when you get to this stage where there's no walls. But it really ratchets the pace up, because now you've got but at least they're not over flooding you. If they had flooded you with more tanks, it would not have been fun. Come on tank. There, tanky. And surprisingly, like, even though the tanks themselves move in character style blocks, the actual sprite, like the bullet sprites, you can see move really smoothly. 5, 4, 3. Yeah. Okay, stage 4. I do find that funny sometimes. Just the fact that one might have a warm-up, like, to get used to a game. Like, even, I played this a little earlier before I recorded, although that was on Vice while I was sort of prepping my run notes, as I usually do for these videos. Oh no. Tank there, blast these way through. Come on. No! Game over. Well, there we go. That's a good run of Tank Battalion. Another one that I've really enjoyed. And again, I'll have the link in the video description so you can go check it out for yourself. Now I'm going to switch over to the third pick of this video, and we can enjoy that one too. And we're back. The final one of the games we're looking at in this video is Popeye. Again converted by Beam Rider, this time coming out in 2015. It is, of course, a conversion of the classic Nintendo arcade game. So, now, unlike the other games here, Popeye requires 32K RAM, which I think it was actually the first time I heard that you could do that. You can actually bump a VIC up that far. So if you haven't played it, I mean, as a kid... Oh, that was terrible. You're not supposed to go for blue tail without the spinach. If you haven't played it, the idea, of course, is in each of the stages, there's 3 stages, you need to collect the falling objects. In this case, in this stage, it's love hearts. The second of the stages, it's music notes, and I haven't played in such a long time, I can't remember what it is for the third of the stages. Anyway, on the left there is the spinach. And I missed it. That was terrible. I have to admit, this is probably not the kind of game I've played a lot of, so let's have another run. Although I managed to get into the rhythm of it. Maybe talking with you a lot is throwing me out. Can definitely do it. So I might have to keep a little quiet. Oh no, not the bottles. Okay. Also, I don't know if it is like the subtle differences in there we go. Get the smooch, get the smooch. Oh, just... It's like the game's been way crueler than it was when I was playing earlier. So now I've got the spinach, and yeah! Can send Bluto flying. So as you can see, in the top left corner, of course, there is the house filling up with the hearts as I collect them. And graphically, I have to admit, this fares okay. Using the VIC high-res, like multicolor mode, does make things mega chunky, but of course, in its original arcade form, this was very cartoony. It ran on like a high-res screen or something, so it was much more vibrant than a lot of other games of the period. Let's go for it, because I can get to stage 2 here. I can get to stage 2. I'm just hoping that I can have enough of a run of this before I hit the wall of my camera's recording, because camera will record 30 minutes before take this Bluto. Alright. Oh no, no. Oh! I hate when you get pinned like that. I have to admit, I picked this more as a technical achievement. Like I said, I haven't really played the arcade game much. I had a copy of the 64 conversion as a kid, but I never really put a lot of time into it. It's not one, I have to admit, whereas Tank Battalion and Berserk are both games I really enjoy, this is less of that in comparison. Oh no. 2, 3. Oh no, 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 no. Come on, go down. Oh, you made it. He's gonna try and grab. I knew that was gonna happen. It's gonna try and grab me. Oh, and I missed the spinach too. Take that. I do love the animation of that. Anyway, so we've got 2 columns done, 3 columns on our 3rd column. Ooh, that was close. Very close. I'm halfway through this stage, folks. Four more to go. 4 more. Three. 2 more. And then... Oh! 1 more run. I didn't realise you get double points for clicking those hearts when you're powered up. It does, like, admittedly this is a game that graphically is probably a little too much for the VIC. It doesn't look too bad here on this first stage for the colour palette, but and if I can actually get to the second stage, we'll actually see it. I'm now just watching, cautiously looking at the clock on my camera. Still got a few minutes. No. Yes. Bottles. We're halfway through now, which is good. I have to admit, it's... When I think about, good arcade design, sort of does... This game kind of drags a bit. And like I said, I'm not the biggest of Popeye fans. Like I'm not going to be sitting there going, oh yeah, you need to really play it. So I admit... No. Whew. So I admit there's probably people out there who are probably going to offer some more insightful things than I am. But regardless, I really just wanted to show you, like, what talented minds and a lot more resources can do on a humble machine like the VIC. Again, I've been meaning to give it a bit more love on the channel, which I haven't done. And in fact, as I'm talking about this, I've actually recorded a few other episodes that you'll see in rotation. So, a lot more VIC 20 fun for all. And that's a good thing in my book. Two more to go. Oh no, out of my way, Bluto. Oh, got him, yes. One more. And we're going to do it, people. We're going to see stage 2. And here's the thing with stage 2. The colour scheme is horrible. I don't know if this is just me personally, but I saw this on emulation and I'm looking at it on my actual, honest to goodness, VIC 20, and it's horrible. Like, under emulation and on the VIC, it's just not good. It's kind of really ugly. And you've got stuff like... And this is a design thing, and this is kind of why I feel that, as impressive as this conversion is, it's kind of, a bit too far out of the VIC. The reason I kind of feel that is, like, they've really only been able to get, like, a few colours on screen, because, it's software sprites in the VIC, it's not, something like, proper sprites like you'd see on the C64 or more advanced hardware. Oh, game over. Well, we at least got to stage 2, and that's 2 out of 3 stages, so I am going to call it there. I hope you enjoyed this look at these games. As I've said, I think the VIC is a fun little machine. I've really been enjoying mine, and I regret not giving it as much channel love as I'd like, so here's a chance to do that. I definitely would like to do some more in this style, whether more original, probably with more original games or other types of conversions. I think I've got a few ideas looking at some of the other releases out there. So do let me know what you think. If you've played any of those 3 versions, let me know how you think, what your thoughts of them are. As always, do click the thumbs up if you like the video. It really helps the algorithms do their thing. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing. New videos come out every Friday, and some bonus ones from time to time. And of course, it's the best way to be notified, especially if you click the damn bell. I know people don't like it, but that's what people want. And with that, as always, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.